All right, Shalom. Shalom, shalom. Before I get started with this live lesson, I want to give all the praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham Rakapadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring, the house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, I'm back with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit. Rakapadash. All right, just thinking out loud. Okay, I pray that this lesson is edifying as well. Title here, remember her precious world is going to fall too. Reality check. All right, let's get into that. All right.
Black women deserve everything. Freedom from solving all of your problems.
Oh my God.
Respect. Every doggone thing.
Smile and sleep.
More grace.
Credit.
Happy life.
Wealth, prosperity, and love.
Love that is filled with reciprocity.
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Black women deserve it all.
It all.
Let's listen to that again. Right? It's all spiritual.
Black women deserve everything. Freedom from solving all of your problems.
Oh my God.
Respect. Every doggone thing.
Smile and sleep.
More grace.
Credit.
Happy life.
Wealth, prosperity, and love.
Love that is filled with reciprocity.
Everything. Everything.
Everything.
Everything. Black women deserve it all.
It all.
Hey, see, so they're absolutely right. Okay, it's all spiritual. The black woman, she deserves everything that she's about to get. You know, Eve, the so-called black woman, all right, she's going to get everything she deserves, man. All right, and more. You see, and you see what's going on right now, right? Let me pull this up as well. You know, you got Keisha statues going up. Okay, the black woman is worshipped, she's idolized. All right, black girl magic, black women are everything. Okay, that Queen of Heaven spirit, you know, you can't talk bad about her, you can't hold her accountable. She's an angel, right? She deserves everything. All right, see, all of that bullshit is out of the window now. All right, now the so-called black women, all right, really all the wicked women of the tribes in general, they're getting ready to deal with a harsh reality. All right. And you got to remember, all right, dealing with the point of this lesson here, let's pull this up too. Okay. Remember, her world is going to fall too. Okay. This is her heaven. This is her kingdom too. All right. So now we're in a time where the Lord is getting ready to take away her precious world, man. All right. And I want to make a point on that, man, because it's over from here. All right. And we'll get into the main video in a minute. I got a couple of videos here, but let's grab this real quick. All right, this is the book of James, chapter 4, verse 4. It says, "You adulterers and adulteresses, know you not that the friendship of the world is enmity with the Most High? Whosoever therefore would be a friend of the world is an enemy of the Most High." And see, majority of our women on this side are enemies to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Okay, they're for the world. All right, they're for America, they're for the system, they're for feminism. All right, they're for being over the man, ruling over the man, they're for destroying the household, single parent moms. All right, promoting whoredom and shit all over the internet, all the stuff that we see, this slut culture. Okay, these women are for the world. Right? This is First John chapter 2, verse 15, talking about the black woman deserves everything. Okay, yeah, you got it. You know, you're actually right about that. Right? 1 John 2 and 15, it says, do not love the world. 1 John 2 and 15, it says, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not him. And these women today, as we see it, okay, they're not about Yahweh Shem Yahushua. They are for the world. Okay, they're for the flesh. Okay, the gratification on this side. All right, a lot of these women are not spiritual. They could care less about, spiritual matters, the things that's getting ready to happen in these times. It says, 1 John 2:15, love not the world, neither the things that are in the world. If any man love the world, the love of the Father is not in him. Verse 16, for all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh and the lust of the eyes and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world. These women are of the world, man. Okay, let me just read that in the NLT. Okay, and again, these are things that we already know, but we just want to, link it up with the scriptures here, right? NLT, 1 John 2:16, NLT, it says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure. All right, these women are about the flesh. Scripture say, she that liveth in pleasure is dead while she liveth. Okay, a lot of these women are just empty vessels, man. Okay, it says, for the world offers only a craving for physical pleasure, a craving for everything we see, and pride in our achievements and possessions. And that's heavy too, because what do you hear these women bragging about? What school they went to, how many degrees they have. Okay, all this shit that don't really matter, right? Meanwhile, you lead the league in single parent homes. All right, you're the least desired to be married, right? It says we see in pride in our achievements and possessions. These are not from the Father, but are from the world. All right, let's go back and read. Okay. 1 John 2:17, it says, and the world passeth away in the lust thereof, but he that doeth the will of Yahweh Shem Yahushai abideth forever. And see, these women don't want to deal with the reality, or the fact, I should say, that everything about this world is getting ready to pass away. All right, we are at the highlight of prophecy right now. We are at the climax of this thing. Okay, nuclear war, the MOTB system. All right, civil unrest. All right, calamities worldwide. All right, the infrastructure collapsing, economic collapse. Okay, so again, her precious world is about to go out in flames, man. Right, but our mindset is what? To continue to hang on to this world, man. This world is about to pass away, and everything in it. All right. So, hey, if she wants to be of the world, hey, let her have it. Okay. It says, let's finish it out. It says, 1 John 2:18, it says, little children, it is the last time, meaning the last days, right? Little children, it is even the last time. It says, and as you have heard, that the anti-Messiah shall come. Even now, right? Even now, there are many anti-Messiahs, whereby we know that it is the last time. So again, all right, there's many anti-Messiahs. We see that with our own people. All right, especially you damn women. Okay, the lack of respect to the scriptures, to the Lord. All right, the blatant disrespect of the prophets. The spiritual matters. All right, a lot of our people are anti-Messiahs, man. And this is how we know in the last days. We see a heavy influx of our people, especially coming against the gospel, coming against the truth. All right, but these are all those spirits that are reserved unto destruction, man. This world is about to go. Her world is about to be fucking destroyed, man. All right, so my point again, she's gonna get everything that she deserves, man. Okay, let's deal with that reality check, right?
By May 8th, 2025, 106,000 Black women lost their jobs, including me. And those of us that's been out here trying to find work again, it's basically just been non-existent. And I'm starting to feel like this is by design. Because there are over 100,000 women, Black women like me, who have the same story, who has applied for over 300 plus jobs, and just not getting it, not getting any replies. There's just no feedback. Or you get the emails that says, hey, we have chosen someone else that has been more qualified for the job, even though my experience and my education fits the job description perfectly. And I don't know what I'm going to do. This is the first time in a long time that I am actually starting to panic. You know, I came from...
Let me get a quick scripture. All right. We told y'all, women, we told y'all. All right. This society is over. All right. Y'all didn't want to believe us. Y'all laughed, y'all scoffed, y'all talk shit. Now look at you. All right. And another point too. Hey, remember what these women said on the internet. All right. Are you men out there, man? Remember the shit she was talking on the internet before this thing hits the fan. Remember that. Remember the videos. Remember all the shit talking, the mockery. How you wasn't shit. A man is less than nothing. All right. We hate y'all. We hope y'all get put to death. You know, remember all that shit she was talking about, man. All right. When this thing goes haywire. All right. This is Isaiah 24. In verse 7, it says, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. This is what we're seeing from this so-called black woman in this video here. All right, talking about the lack of jobs. She's getting ready to crash out, right? All the things that she's about to say more in this video, right? This is what's happening now to everybody. All right, the new wine mourneth, the vine languisheth, all the merry-hearted do sigh. A lot of sighing going on, man. Why? Because people can't keep up with life. Okay? Bills, rent, car notes, keeping food on the table. You see? Verse 8, it says, the mirth of the tabret ceaseth, the noise of them that rejoiceth endeth, the joy of the harp ceaseth. So there is no more mirth. All right. Does this woman look like, you know, she's in a mirth type of mood? All right. Life is whooping her ass. She's going through it. Right. And this is a primary experience for a lot of people these days, man. Right? Isaiah 24 and 9, it says, they should not drink wine with the song. Strong drink shall be bitter to them that drink it, right? There's no chasing away your sorrows, man. No getting high, all right, popping bottles. That's not going to do it. All right? You're going to have to deal with the reality check, okay? You're dealing with a societal decline, okay? It's going to be a limited access to food and resources now, man. Okay, people are questioning how the hell they're gonna make it. It says, verse 10, the city of confusion is broken down. Every house is shut up that no man may come in. Yeah, business is going out. All right, retail franchises are just closing down out of the blue. This many thousands of stores are closing or going bankrupt over here. You hear it all in the news every day. Verse 11, it says, there is crying for wine in the streets. All joy is darkened. The mirth of the land is gone. All right. This is the experience for your average American right now. Okay. On how they're going to survive this current economy. You see? Let's go back.
Nothing. I came from the bottom of the barrel. And I spent years building myself, educating myself, paying my way through college, going through a lot of experience to get to where I was in my career. For it just to be snatched away. And I don't know what I'm going to do. I am facing homelessness. I'm about to lose my car. I can't pay on my credit card, so my credit is about to take a severe hit. Dashing is not enough. It's just not enough money. There's so many people that are out here unemployed just like me. There's a lot of us that are out there. And the little money that I did have in savings, I used that to help my daughter move here. And it just, as a mother, I'm panicking because she didn't ask for this. You know, there's no way that I can ask my 20-something-year-old daughter to care for her able-bodied mother who cannot find a job. I am trying to keep myself sane by humor, trying to keep myself busy with various things. But there's only so much that you can keep up the mask before you start breaking. And when you have come out of a situation that you don't want to go back to, it puts you in a mental state, because I don't want to go back to homelessness. I don't want to go back to I just don't want to go back to that. And I thought I'd done everything I could to prevent that from happening again. I've lived on the streets before. I slept in parks before. I've walked the streets for hours when I used to be homeless. And that's why I worked so hard to put myself in a position to not go there again. I even got rejected I applied to be a cashier, a cook at a McDonald's. And the manager told me that I should be ashamed of applying for that position because I would be taking that job from other people who doesn't have the experience as I do. I don't give a damn what kind of job it is. I'm just trying to work to keep my head afloat and to keep myself off the street. I have nobody. It's just me. And I had to prepare my daughter for what I see coming. And as long as she's okay, I do care about going back to the street. I don't want to go back to the street. But as long as she's okay, then I know I'll be okay. As long as she has a roof over her head. Even if I don't have.
Real quick, let me get another scripture, man. All right. Because we warned you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Washai to repent. All right. To get in line, to get in order. All right. But you didn't take heed. Okay. Just thinking about that in Ecclesiastes 12. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12 and 1. It says, remember now thy creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not. All right. You were supposed to get right now. Okay. Before the evil days come not. We're in those days now. We're in the beginning stages. Things are only going to get harder. All right. Things are only going to increase. Okay. The door of grace and mercy is closing. Okay. While the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them. While the sun or the light or the moon, the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain, in the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong men bow themselves, and the grinders cease, because there are few. People can't get work, man. Can't get jobs. Okay? And few that look out the window, and those, I'm sorry, and it says they are few, and the grinders cease because they are few, and those that look out of the windows be darkened. All right, things are very gloomy, all right, for Babylon right now, for these so-called Americans. All right, the price of living, okay, surviving. It says, and the doors shall be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. All right, with everything she was saying. You know, she was overqualified for a McDonald's job, right? It's hard for her to find work. That's everybody. Everybody across Babylon, America, is complaining about these very same things right now. And the door should be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and all the daughters and music shall be brought low. All right. Let's go back and finish this video off. About another 3 minutes. All right.
And I think it's by design, because every single job that I have applied for, I can count on one hand of how many interviews that I've been to. And the interviews were stellar. I come out feeling good. I'm like, oh, I got this, blah, blah, blah. To only get an email saying that, hey, we don't choose you for the position, choose somebody else. I even had 2 interviews set up to where the interviewers didn't even show up. So, yeah. And what is someone to do? What do they want us to do? A lot of them are going to be in the street, desperate. And I literally don't know what else to do. I'm trying not to crash out, but it's so fucking hard. I haven't even been in my apartment for a good 2 months now. $106,000 Black women laid off. And I think the most hurtful thing, when I was laid off March 7th. I search for jobs every single day, sometimes applying for multiple positions for the same company. Applying for jobs that match my job skill, applying for jobs that I'm overqualified for.
Everything we just read in Ecclesiastes 12. All right. The sound of grinding is low. The door should be shut in the streets when the sound of grinding is low.
How can I tailor my resume for a job when my last 2 positions is an IT manager and an IT director? And if I apply for something that I'm underqualified for, they're not going to hire me. If I apply for a position that exactly meets my job skills, they don't hire me. I have revamped my resume so many times, I don't think I can revamp it anymore. People like to say, oh, you have a lot of skills, you have a lot of experience, you have the education, it's going to be easy. It is not easy out here, and it is not easy getting a job. And I'm scared. I'm scared with everything that's going on right now. I'm scared.
Woo, man. All right. At the beginning, okay, it's the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of her end, right? Choosing the system over your own men. All right. And that's a great point. Hey, because again, Eve is linked in with the devil. All right. Again, this is her ruling dominion as well. All right. This is her kingdom, her heaven as well. All right. So as her daddy's going to fall, all right, she's going to fall too, period. All right. And the scriptures say that they shall lament for the teats. Let me get that. You know, because that's what I was thinking about when I saw this video. All right. They shall lament for the teats, man. Right. This is Isaiah 32 in verse 9. And it reads, it says, rise up, ye women that are at ease. All right, you Israelite women that are at ease, that are comfortable, man. All right, that are in your security, right? Rise up, you women that are at ease. Hear my voice, you careless daughters. Give ear unto my speech. Many days and years shall you be troubled. All right, this is what we were hearing in this video from Eve here. Many days and years shall you be troubled, ye careless women, for the vintage shall fail, the gathering shall not come. See? Tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled. All right. This woman was breaking down the fact of how she's troubled, how she's scared, how she can't find work. She don't know what to do. She's about to crash out. These are all the things she said, right? It says Isaiah 32 and 11, tremble ye women that are at ease, be troubled, you careless ones, strip you and make you bare, and gird sackcloth upon your loins. All right, which represents lamentation, as we saw here. All right, she was crying, she was mourning. Okay, and this is what's getting ready to happen to all you American women out here, man. Okay, it says Isaiah 32 and 12. They shall lament for the teats, for the pleasant fields, for the fruitful vine. Now, I had this verse pulled up in the chat GPT. I want to read it because it's pretty heavy. All right, this is what we're seeing playing out here. All right, this is from the chat GPT. So it says Isaiah 32. Let me make it bigger. Okay, so it says Isaiah 32 verses 9 through 10 is part of a prophetic warning specifically directed at women in a time of complacency and self-sufficiency. Yeah, I got my own shit and doing my own thing. You can't tell me nothing. I'm independent. Specifically directed at women in a time of complacency and self-sufficiency. It says, here's a breakdown of what these verses convey. It says, verse 9, this is the prophet Isaiah calls out to women that are at ease and careless daughters, urging them to listen to his message. In the historical context, these women likely symbolize a larger attitude of complacency and false security in society. We've been telling you niggas that, man. All right, all you goofy ass, proud ass women out there, we told you, man, this time was gonna come. All right, where all your little goodies, your little benefits, your government assistance, all right, all that's going to be taken away. Okay, the time of lawlessness. All right, there's a limited 911 callers to take the calls now. All right, police are only going to come to certain crimes and shit like that. You know, a lot of things is changing for you women out here, man, and it's not for the better. It says these women likely symbolize a larger attitude of complacency and false security in society. It says they represent a people who are living in comfort, unaware of the impending danger and judgment. Yeah, these women are in complete comfort, man. They ain't got no type of worries, man. All right, they look how they get the money. Look how they get money out here, man. All right, the OnlyFans, being whores on the internet, finessing men, you know, all the stuff that we see, man. These women have no worries, man. They're not held accountable, right? But they're unaware of what? Of the impending danger and judgment. Let me get this real quick, because I was thinking about that too. It's all spiritual, right? Sirach 5 and 7, it says, make no tarrying to turn to the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, and put not off from day to day. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, come forth, and in thy security thou should be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance, right? So a lot of you women are going to perish in this time, man. All right. As I make the point all the time, 2/3 are going to consist of majority women. All right. It's going to be a lot of women out here perishing in the streets. Okay. Let's go back and read. Like I said, I was just thinking out loud. All right. This is back in the chat GPT, verse 10, it says, the warning intensifies. The many days and years of trouble refer to the coming hardships that will result from their neglect and carelessness. The specific imagery of the quote, the vintage, the harvest failing, and in the gathering quote, the bringing in of crops not coming highlights an economic collapse where basic needs like food and sustenance will be lacking. That's all the spirit. What's happening now? tariff wars, all right, food shortages, supply chain shortages. Okay, these loading docks are becoming empty. Okay, America's operating off of last year's harvest stock. Shit is running out. See what I'm saying? There's no work. People can barely save money, make money. It's all happening right now. This economy is about to go. Okay, it says this passage could be seen as a call to wake up to reality. See, even ChatGPT cutting your ass. It says this passage could be seen as a call to wake up to reality, urging people to recognize that their current state of ease and neglect will not last forever. See that? This shit on this side, this world. Let's go back to the picture. Okay, this world is not going to last forever. Okay, her world is coming to an end. Her world is getting ready to fall. See? It says, back in the read, it says, urging people to recognize that their current state of ease and neglect would not last forever. The impending troubles are often interpreted as consequence of turning away from the Most High or living in a way that ignores spiritual and moral responsibilities. And these women are living like that, man. Okay? She that liveth in pleasure is dead while she living, right? These women have no type of moral responsibilities. They're not spiritual. They can care less of what the Lord has to say. They don't fear the Lord. All right. They don't have any respect towards order, men, whatever. Right? So all of this is getting ready to be met with judgment. It says it might also be understood as a broader message for any society or individuals who place their trust in material wealth or false security, neglecting deeper spiritual truths. Man, heavy. See that? And here's the other point about the vintage shall fail. I was looking that up too. Let's pull that up. Because we just read Sirach 5 and 7, all right, about making no tarrying to turn back to the Lord. For suddenly shall the wrath of the Lord come forth, and in thy security thou shalt be destroyed and perish in the day of vengeance. So this is what's happening here, right? Let's get this one in about the they shall lament for the teats, right? So it says Isaiah 32, the phrase they shall lament for the teats. King James Version, it says, is part of a prophecy that depicts a time of distress and mourning, right? It says the term teats here refers to breast. In this context, it is a metaphor for the nurturing and life-sustaining aspects of the land and people. The teats symbolically represent the abundance and fertility of the land, which would have been essential for survival and prosperity in ancient Israel. The lament reflects sorrow over the loss of these vital sources of nourishment, both literal and figurative. You see that? These women are about to lose, man. It says, in a broader sense, the verse reflects the collapse of prosperity and peace. All these things that we see going on right now. The idea of making America great again, that's all bullshit. Okay? Peace in the Middle East, all bullshit. All right? We're on the brink of war. There's no negotiations. There's no diplomacy. Everybody, all nations are preparing for nuclear war. Okay? It says the surrounding passage in Isaiah 32 describes a future judgment, a time of upheaval, where things that once provided comfort and security and sustenance, like fruitful fields or a mother's nurturing, would be taken away, causing deep sorrow. Okay? Everything that we saw from the video with the woman complaining about the lack of work, how she's ready to lose it, how she don't know how she gonna make it. Okay? This is what people are going through right now in Babylon. It says in summary, the phrase lament for the teats is expressing grief over the loss of life nurturing sources, both material and emotional. All right. The Lord has taken the mirth away. The Lord has killed the spirit of Babylon, man, is the point. And you women are about to see it, man. Right? Micah 7:10, it says, then she that is my enemy shall see it. All right. So again, she referring to the wicked Israelite woman, the 2/3 Israelite woman. Okay. She's going to see it. What's she going to see? She's going to see the fall of her world. Okay. All her goodies and benefits are drying up. It says, and shame shall cover her, which said unto me, where is the Lord Yahweh Shemel Shaddai power? Again, majority of these women do not fear the Lord. They could care less about what the scriptures actually say. Okay? A lot of these bitches are living in their truth, whatever that means, right? Where is the Lord thy power? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as the mire in the streets. All right. So it's about to be terrible out here for a lot of these chicks, man. Okay, they have no clue. All right, their world is about to get shattered, man. All right, and you're getting ready to see a lot of this, right? Let me pull this up. You're getting ready to see a whole lot of this, right? All of a sudden, you want to switch up, right? Check this out.
Father, fix it. I'm ready for a husband. I'm ready to sit down and be quiet. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to listen. I'm ready to wear matching outfits. I'm ready to go to the family events and be quiet and let you talk. I'm going to bring you a plate. I'm going to fix you a nice plate. I promise. I'm going to make you a drink. I make cocktails. You know, I'm going to look nice. I'm going to look pretty. I'm going to stay in shape. I'm going to go for walks. I mean, what do you need? Do you need me to support you? I'm going to support you. I'm going to help you build that business. Matter of fact, I'm going to be your secretary. What do you need? God, I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm tired. I'm tired. This job don't wear me out, y'all. They don't wear me out about this job. Everything don't wear me out. I done did wrong. I done mismanaged. I done mismanaged my life up here at this point. I need a life manager, and I think the life manager.
There you go, man. So hey, you getting ready to see a lot of these women. You know, matter of fact, let me let Jake speak, man. This was funny here, right? And I'll grab one more scripture and wrap this up. Right? What Jake say? Let me pull it up. Right? Crazy, man.
Was we finally back? That boy Trump done took Section 8 and all that government. These hoes gotta act like they love us now. Yeah, get right. Go on, get your outfits and shit together. Go on, get your car and shit get your shit together right now, pimp. Cause these hoes finna be back licking the floor we walk on. Why would I tell you, shower? Don't say ain't.
Hey, Jake talking that shit though, but hey, it's true. All right, they finna come crawling back, man. Hey, this is the time. Isaiah 4:1 is about to be in full effect, man. Okay, 7 women. Let's get it. Right, real quick. Isaiah 4:1. All right, these women want a covering. They're going to be looking for a covering, man. All right, Isaiah 4:1, it says, in that day, 7 women shall take hold of one man. And that's going to happen on this side, man. Okay? That's going to happen in the time of Jacob's trouble when these resources are cut. Okay? 7 women should take hold of one man, saying, we will eat our own bread and wear our own apparel. Only let us be called by thy name to take away our reproach, right? So these women are simply going to desire to be covered, all right, from the judgment, from the wrath that the Lord is about to bring, man. So they're going to be willing to do anything, right? Isaiah 32 in verse 2. And a man should be in hiding place from the wind. That's the destruction, the calamity. In a covert from the tempest, as rivers of water in a dry place, as the shadow of a great rock in a weary land. So that man of the Lord, that righteous man, is going to be a covering for those women in that day. All right. And the Israelite man is going to have as many women as he pleases, man. All right. So you bugged out women out there that are hurt, deal with it. All right. It is what it is. Okay. Again, your time is up, Jack. Okay. Your world is over. Okay. Let's get that in Isaiah 13 in verse bear with me. This is Isaiah 13 and 12. It says, I will make a man more precious than fine gold, even a man than the golden wedge of Ophir. So a righteous man, a man of the Lord, All right, it's going to be the most valuable thing in that time, man. All right, remember the men are the prize, not you women. And you're going to find that out as the society continues to crumble, you know? So that's pretty much the point, man. Like I said, I'm just thinking out loud. All right, she's definitely getting ready to get what she deserves. All right, it's all spiritual. Okay, her precious world is coming to an end. Shalom to the next one. Shalom.